Okay, I think that will do. Good afternoon, Dan RTI. Welcome, 24 fan lover. Welcome back, Anarchy. More Falcon facts? You know it. Knight Templar. I'm seeing those Commander Ivy emotes, and it is making my heart happy. Now, bear with me one moment, because we were on a different system to what me and Ivy use. So I'm just going to very quickly turn this down. Morgan the Fourth. Are we on 4 now, or are we on even more than that? I'm not even sure anymore. I'm not even sure. Let me get Ivy in and give her a very quick call, and we will get underway. I'm assuming Ivy is ready.
Hello, hello.
Hello! Okay, I don't know if they can hear you. They should be able to hear you, and I think you're going to be very loud because I turned Benedict up to like.
Oh.
I turned him up. I turned him up to like 11. So you may have just deafened.
Excited.
You may have just deafened everyone in the chat, but that's okay.
Hello, I'll be whispering.
That's okay. Okay, let me just very quickly pull in your window, and then we will get the show on the road. How are you doing, Ivy? Thank you very much for joining us again.
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for still keeping me in. It's day 3. You haven't kicked me out.
We haven't removed you yet.
Yeah, you haven't removed me yet. You haven't removed me yet, so that's good. I feel like I'm doing really great so far. I think so far things are going really okay.
I think they're going grand.
Today has been a really good day. No bugs attacked me.
No bugs.
No bugs has swarmed me, so haven't had a single death from bugs, so that's really great. I think space-wise, it's also a beautiful day because 2 Russian astronauts have been performing the EVA.
Yep.
Doing some work outside of the space station. That's really great and really impressive. Makes you one proud lady from Russia, knowing that a lot of work is going there. So that's really good. Also had a beautiful stream with my community earlier on today, so that's been. So
you got some time away from just supporting incredible indies as much as ourselves and others. It must feel, I must admit, I do often get that sometimes. Like when you do stuff like this and you're doing it as kind of promotion for a game and you're kind of trying to showcase something to the world and be like, look how incredible this thing is. Y'all should go play it. And then it gets to like the next evening, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go around and sing Bug Snacks while I stream on my own. Like the difference between the two can be so jarring sometimes, can't it? But
it felt really weird because for the past 2 days, I had 3 streams and none of them were on my channel. All of them were promotional campaign for publishers. So I went live today, and I'm like, I feel freedom. I can do this.
I can do this. I can do anything.
Nobody's stopping me from this. This is magical.
Well, once again, we do absolutely appreciate the heck out of Ivy. We genuinely do. I know it has been a very big ask to go, hey, Ivy, can we just borrow you for like a week? Like that's a crazy thing. So thank you so much for supporting and helping us, because it is much appreciated. And of course, to your wonderful community that have been turning out for every one of these and filling the chat with astronaut emotes and joining in on all of the banter and memes. You very much have made this playthrough a pleasure from top to bottom.
I really do appreciate it because together with the Ivy Patch community, there are also people who are huge fans of Wired and the Falconeer, and I've actually been seeing familiar names that I've met on those streams that have come by and say hi on my streams.
That's the best thing. That's the best thing about the internet, isn't it? Like
people have been saying that they're looking forward to our Falconeer streams every evening, and that it's kind of like we're providing some evening entertainment. I think it's great. It's been warm in my heart, so it's a
we
pleasure,
try. We might spend more time talking about complete nonsense than actually playing, but we do good. I think we do all right, don't we? We try our best.
We got past first chapter. So
we did.
I feel like that's an achievement.
There's a super quick story recap. We're gonna do it again from last time, but not all the way from the beginning, because otherwise I'm gonna have to. By the last stream, I'll be recapping the entire story in one sentence, which is a lot. And before we jump in, Twitch shouts in, where can I find more mutagens? Anarchy has answered in there saying Northgate has a biochemist, and there's another to the right of Northgate, just below Basilicus Secundus. So. Good catch on that, Anarchy. Thank you for getting that answer in while we were vamping. Remis, hello. Pleasure to see you. James McKnight, again, you wonderful human. I hope you're having the best Wednesday. It is Wednesday, isn't it?
It feels like it's not, but it is.
It is Wednesday, isn't it? The days are all rolling into one. So at the end of the last stream, we had just started the second chapter of the game, which focuses primarily on Clefspire and all of the ongoings after Dunkel's kind of revelation. We'd kind of dabbled around with Dunkel since House Bourgeois had been on the naughty list and funding some pirates. And after they kind of got their wrists slapped and decided that they were gonna turn over a new leaf and kind of help us with things, they started throwing some warships our way, and we decided that we were gonna go on the hunt for the big man pirate in the area. You know, the geezer that had been kind of pulling the strings and kind of hassling us and cost us our relationship with the Mancer that led to the loss of the mine as a resource. However, as we were putting the killing blow to the pirate, thanks to your masterful piloting, which you did good. That's a hard fight. The pirate, the legendary pirate leader is a very hard fight, but you handled it well. There was something that happened, and I didn't want to tell you in the moment because I think the camera was looking elsewhere. But a giant crab bursts out of the ocean and destroys everything in the immediate area. And that's why your wingman was losing his mind and going, "What's that?" It was because there was a giant crab with multiple cities on its back just roaring out of the ocean and making a big heck of... Yeah, you were looking elsewhere. I think you were looking in the one direction the crab wasn't when that occurred, which was a shame. But... don't worry, that is not the last time that we're going to see that crab. Do not worry.
Great.
But that was the kind of hallmark end to that chapter, was all of a sudden it going from, hey, these pirates are nasty, to, oh my god, that crab is massive. What the heck? And it kind of ending on that note. So we're going to continue at the start of chapter 2, where we were having a little bit of an issue, weren't we, with chapter 2 yesterday, the start. we ran into the freebooters for the first time. The freebooters are a little bit mystical. They're not quite as mystical as the Mancer, but they've got their own kind of mysteries. They're kind of underground dwellers that rely on insects and weird biomechanical creations as their kind of forces. And they primarily use like goop and this corrosive material to dissolve enemies and slow them down. And they're a nasty bunch. And you found out the hard way when you got swarmed by...
I keep saying, nasty is not the word I would use for them, but I cannot use a different word because we are a family-friendly stream here, so nasty is the one we're going to go with. Yeah, it was kind of crazy in my own experience. At first, I was excited because you fly your Falcon and you kind of fight Falcons and, you know, ships and whatnot, and all of a sudden there are bugs flying towards you, and they're like tiny and glowy, and they're really great, and you're like, oh my god, bugs!
They're like popcorn. They're like little popcorns. You just pop, pop. Yeah.
Yeah, but then they popped me, I think about like 7 times and whatnot. It was really crazy. It's very difficult. All of a sudden, you and your bow, you feel like you're a giant elephant who is fighting, I don't know, ants riding mice, and there's so many of them, and you are bigger and you should be stronger, but because they're so tiny and agile, they just like swarm you and they get you. And,
death by a million cuts. Death by a million cuts is exactly what it is.
It's exactly what it is. They're quite tough to fight. So I hope we can actually keep on and you know, make it.
We'll try. We'll try our best. I'm gonna have to pull out all the stops. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like the start of chapter 2 is very much a strong ramp up difficulty wise, because it's the first time like in the earlier fights in chapter 1, there's one or two occasions where you might have multiple enemies engaging, but in general it's only a couple at a time above and maybe a couple below, whereas you start off chapter 2 and all of a sudden the freebooters' method of attack, they're insects, they swarm, they are easy to dispose of, but there are many, they are numerous, and they just come all at you at once, and you have to very quickly adapt your kind of play style to be a little bit more aggressive. You know, the way that you'd play chapter 1 was very much circling around, withdrawing yourself from the fight, and then, you know, like diving in like war of attrition style, picking them off one by one, which is a totally valid and awesome way to deal with it. But these insects are small, they're fast, and they massively outnumber you. If you don't go in immediately on the offensive and start taking them out, like before they can even get bead on you, you'll find yourself overwhelmed very quickly. So it's a little bit of a different playstyle. It's very difficult to get used to, but I think we'll just about pull it off. Maybe.
It's okay. I believe in you.
I believe in me. I believe in me. But this means
I feel like we got this.
This means that you are going to be the vamper for today. You're going to be the color man. You're going to be the chat hyping. So before we dive in, Anarchy says it's interesting that now you are Imperial, Madaween is hostile despite being civilian. I guess because it's still controlled by the Mancer. Indeed. So even though we were Imperial, that was kind of the turning point midway through the first chapter. Was the Mancer withdrawing access from the Imperial and kind of civilians to be like, hey, no, you're not authorized to be here anymore, we're going to give this to somebody else. So even though it is civilian, the Mancer are like, if we see you here, well, we're not going to be happy about it, because you shouldn't be here. You had your chance and you blew it. Even though that wasn't us, that was the pirates. That wasn't us, it had nothing to do with us. But
it's
still,
never us, is it?
Never us. We are not taking any blame for this.
It's never us.
Never.
Oh, there we go. That's the mission. Should I let you hear the story?
Yeah, we'll let the mission briefing play, and then we'll dive into our usual nonsense. I think that's it.
Undertake a search for the ship's wreckage. Near Sacred Steps is a good starting point. Once the location is determined, you will escort a wreck diver from Stark's Hollow to the site. When it has finished, return anything it retrieved from the bottom.
Alright, so quite literally search and rescue. A ship has gone missing. We're going to go and attempt to find it, and then we're going to hopefully escort it back. You inverted the control. You inverted the controls. You inverted the controls.
I am sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. This is gonna be a continual thing as we trade. This
it's going to be just like back and forth. It's just going to be.
It's just going to be. You're going to start it tomorrow and go. Wait, the controls are inverted. What?
And it literally cripples you. You can't do anything if you're not.
You really can't.
Kind of
you really can't. Okay.
It's very difficult. So I see Stefan here. Hi, Stefan. Thank you so very much for stopping by.
Good to see you, Stefan.
It's good to see you. I know that you wanted to stop by, but we're busy with other things. Are you going to get a fish now? I wonder.
I'm trying.
Yeah, there we go. There goes the fish.
No, I missed it.
You missed it again.
They're actively resisting. They've seen the past 2 days worth of like fish crimes that have been happening.
I feel like your falcon has kind of turned into a fish itself. Just kind of spending a lot of time.
Yeah,
in the water
we're now a warbird.
Fine.
We're a warbird.
It's okay. We're a warbird.
What kind of?
So, yeah. Sorry.
What kind of birds spend time in water? Did you know that? Did you know that mooses can dive to like 20 kilometers or something ridiculous like that?
Oh, I didn't know. 20 kilometers. I can dive like I can dive like maybe half a meter.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine being a diver, just chilling, like you're just exploring some ocean, you're just at the bottom, you're just doing your thing, and a moose just descends on you. It's just like, honestly, you'd assume that you were having some kind of like oxygen starvation.
I mean, I guess they're just better than us. That's why they're striving, and we need some sort of equipment for the diving thing. People in chat are saying penguins, ducks, geese, osprey, seagulls.
Geese. I guess geese can go in water, can't they? God,
I don't think seagulls dive a lot. Yeah, they spend some time in the water.
Geese are awful though. Geese are so awful.
Do you have an experience? Have you ever been chased by one?
No, I haven't. I mean, I reckon I could take one in a fight if it came to it. Like if it really came to it, if I found myself cornered by a goose, I reckon I'd probably give it a decent fight, but if there was more than one, I think I'd be in trouble.
On this episode of the Falconeer, Gary fights a goose. Can you imagine how many views that would have?
Let's just think about how many. You know what? I think I might be wrong. I think that the controls were better the way you had them.
I'm not gonna say anything.
I don't know what's happened. But
here you've been turned. Welcome to the dark side of regular.
Oh, that's better.
Control.
That's better.
Welcome.
Oh no! I just didn't save it. That's all.
It's fine. Oh, you just didn't save it. Okay, yeah, okay, I see it. Pelicans. I don't know. We don't have pelicans in Russia. I've no experience with those birds. James says you've got to go to sports and just plus good luck with the birds. All see myself out. Oh my god, we're going on with the puns. I see how it is.
Please keep giving the puns.
I see how it is. The puns are actually going to be all right then.
I am powered by puns.
Powered by them. You have experience of geese. You absolutely could not take one and fight. They're vicious. I've heard quite some stories about geese being quite vicious birds, where they just chase you and they also bite, and they can be kind of scary, especially if it's a bigger goose. But I just remember a viral video that went viral on Twitter where a little kid is being chased by the goose and somebody's recording it and just laughing, and they pass them and the person just stays there recording the child being chased by the goose, just crying their lungs out. So for the next promotional campaign, if there is ever a new game that Wired publishes with the birds, we actually like have those bird fights, but it's Gary who's fighting the bird. And we know who's gonna win, so it's not gonna be like.
It's not gonna be me. You know what? I'm gonna take Izzy's. I'm gonna take Izzy's advice on this one, because honestly, I think Izzy, as a penguin, I think they've got way more knowledge of bird habits than I have. So I'm actually just gonna remove myself from all confrontation with geese. And I'm just gonna be the bigger man. I'm just gonna be the bigger man. I'm just gonna let them have whatever it is they want, and I'm just gonna walk away. Just walk away.
That is not a bad idea. That is definitely not a bad idea. So, yeah, you did so good with those bugs over there. It kind of like was super easy as well. You should teach me.
I got lucky. I got very lucky, to be fair. You know, like yesterday when we were talking about Christmas trees, and you just kind of did it on order. That was the exact same for me there. Like, because I wasn't thinking about it, it kind of just happened.
I feel like when you don't think about it, it's actually making it a little bit better.
100%.
Yeah, you mentioned the Christmas tree, everything, and I'm wondering for people in chat, when do you guys start putting Christmas decorations on? What's like the appropriate time to start putting on Christmas decorations, dressing in ugly Christmas sweaters, and putting all of the Christmas stuff in? Because I've heard so many different like variations of when it's appropriate. Some people do it November 1st.
Yeah, we did ours November 1st.
People say the moment the Halloween stops, this is when you go ahead and start like putting in Christmas decorations and everything. I've pretty much, I don't have any because we've recently moved, but I've put a picture of myself wearing a Christmas hat on my Twitter and, you know, Commander Christmas and all of that kind of stuff. So I was, you know, technically in the mood. But many people say it's not until 1st of December. Some people say it's like 3rd week of November. Some people in the States say it's like as soon as the Thanksgiving is over. So what's your take on that, people in chat? When's the appropriate time to start putting on Christmas decorations? We have a Christmas right up already. See, that's what I like to hear. I feel like Christmas spirit. Some people always act up a little bit, saying like, that's too early, you're ruining the holiday. I feel like we all need a little bit of the holiday spirit, especially this year. So, you know, if you enjoy it, if that makes you feel better, if that's, you know, brings you joy, why not prolong it a little bit longer? Because when it's gone, it's like an entire year. You have to wait for it more. Most has gone up already though with lockdown again. It's nice seeing the colorful lights and decorations to brighten things up. That's exactly what I'm thinking about it, because you know how it is. Most people stay at home, so why not just like decorate your surroundings and put the Christmas decorations up. I was surprised though, because normally you see Christmas decorations go up in store, available for purchase in November. You go there in November and that's it. This year, Russia has put them up mid-October. It wasn't even Halloween, so we had the Halloween decorations on one aisle, and next aisle it was just Christmas decorations, like right next to it. And we were walking just across this big supermarket. I'm like, don't you think they're a little bit early on that?
Never.
I mean, it's just mid-October, even earlier still for me. Cat shops in the UK start doing Christmas cards in September. Well, that's kind of smart, because when you think about it, you never know where you send in a Christmas card, where in the world you've sent it. It might end up
Where's he gone?
You know. You're looking for the bug?
Yeah, he was literally. It was behind me. It wouldn't stay still. Now you're running.
Look how well you're doing with those bugs. Oh, this is what I like to see. This is what I like to see. This is awesome.
There we go. That was for you. That one was for you.
Well done. I really do appreciate it. And then you get all the bubbles, and you still got the fish, which
Yep,
is what?
you kept the fish. Is this
Morgan
Morgan the 4th or is it 5th? How many fish did you eat yesterday? That's not a personal question.
A little too many to be said out loud. So, I mean, it kind of is like a personal question, isn't it?
How many fish have you eaten lately?
Not many, actually. I don't know. I live in St. Petersburg. It's not a very
I'm going to be honest. I don't like seafood. I'm not a seafood person. Yeah, I'm not.
A sushi person.
No. It's the smell. I'm able to stomach a lot, but smells, like if there is a strong smell, it will absolutely turn me. And the power of like seafood smell is just a little too overwhelming for me.
I mean, whenever people tell me they don't like seafood or fish or anything like seafood related, I don't care about, fried fish, boiled fish, any sort of fish, but sushi, that's one thing I can't live without. Like, I don't mind. And I'm like, not even sushi? Not even
sushi?
No, how can... Oh, we've got a package.
Yeah, we do.
Inside.
Well, hello.
It's probably full of fish. Wait, you carry a fish and a package. Yeah,
yep.
It's our special abilities because a fish is a friend and it's just coming along for
a fish is for life,
obviously.
Not just for Christmas. Even if Christmas starts in October.
Even. Penguin says, considering the state of the world is in, you're absolutely not complaining about Christmas being too early this year. That's what many people have said. I feel like this year has taught us a lot of things. Well done, Gary. I'm so proud of you. Look at you with the 74
74%. We'll take that. We'll take that.
Look at you. That is great. That is great. We'll take that. That is awesome. Let's go. I'm going to start taking bets if we will ever see like 100 score out there. If we'll ever see 100. People who play the Falconeer, because I know there are a couple of you in chat, have you ever guys got 100 score on one particular mission?
I've got like a 97 before. I think that was the closest that I've got.
97, that is really cool. I think the closest I've got to 100 was 60, maybe? I'm competing the other way. I'm seeing how close to a 0 I can get, because I'm definitely competing the other way. Accuracy can never be 100, even all shots hit. So you can never really get 100.
No such thing as perfect.
No such thing as perfect. I'm actually quite okay with that. Okay. Second mission. There we go.
So now that the Insect Boys, which is the favorite rap group of the Great Ursee, have made themselves known, we're going out and checking out all the smaller settlements and being like, oi, don't worry about it. We got you. We're going to deal with these insects. We're going to put mosquito nets up. It's all good.
From there, onward to Salad Mount. Give the locals a display of impudence.
Ooh, they're sending us a new toy.
We're sending you out with a new toy. A taste of...
This will be an attractive target.
A taste of things to come, she said.
Some real fireworks.
That guy almost sounds like Tim Curry, and I'm kind of okay with it. It kind of sounds a little bit like Tim Curry, and I'm kind of okay with that.
That is great. So Gary, you had the interview with Benedict, right?
Yeah, God, yeah, we did. Benedict's an insanely talented human being, honestly, and I feel a little bad because the majority of this playthrough is us talking over all of the music and the sound in the game. But it is, like, honestly, if we are going to be uploading that interview to YouTube, it'll probably be on Friday, maybe Saturday. We had a couple of technical issues, Ivy. I should probably warn you about that, actually. OBS decided to... You know that OBS thing where it doesn't crash, it just freezes, and it's not like you're dropping frames, but your bitrate just keeps dropping to 0 and then staying there for like... But it doesn't drop frames or anything. It's really odd. Anyway, it did that like 3 times, so we had to restart it a few times. So there's going to be a little bit of editing, but that will be up on YouTube. And it is a fascinating watch if you are at all interested in the audio design of this game, because he's an incredibly talented and fascinating human. And hearing how he decided to put all of this together was enlightening. Even though I knew a fair bit of it, it's always nice to kind of hear it coming from the Warbird's mouth, as it were. Well...
Oh, there we go. There's so many of those bugs that is just...
Yep, don't worry.
It's fine. I'm sorry. I hope everything's
It's just a little airborne. It's still good. It's still good.
Well, I love to. I caught the final part of the interview, which I was very happy that I actually did, because it's always nice to see people behind certain points in the video game, especially people who are responsible for music. Because the only musical thing I can do, I can play ukulele a little bit, and it's extremely tough to even play something that somebody else composed. But coming up with your own things is just close to impossible. So people who pull that off, people are just so talented. And I love hearing how they put all sorts of different sounds, mix them together, put some effects on it, and then there is like a sound of like rumbling, like the water and everything, just mixing all of the different stuff together. So I'm definitely excited to check out that interview on YouTube, because I feel like that's going to be really good. Oh, what was? Oh,
I will manage it one day. I will manage it.
You wanted to like glide?
Yeah, I wanted to glide. I wanted to glide between the sails, but I can never get it right.
One day, you need the slow-mo motion.
Can you imagine being on that boat and just watching this huge bird just bouncing off your sails over and I'm like, what's he doing? Stop!
Holding the fish.
You're gonna break something. Holding the fish that's the size of a person.
And then there's like a tiny little person. That would be amazing. So Gary, would you want to, because we talked about the voice actors of this game a lot and how there's a couple of everyone's favorites. Would you ever want to voice a video game? Be a voice?
You know what? I'd love to, but I also really... Oh god, okay, so we've got some manta ray boys here.
Alright.
Yeah, and these fire the beam cannons, which are very slow, but they are wide, and they very much hurt if you get hit by them.
Oh, that is amazing. I'm just gonna stop the conversation for now, because I'm watching the game as well too here, because many of those things are new to me. Those guys just look so impressive. Oh, this is amazing.
And you can kind of see a lot of their kind of biomechanical influence on here. Like even though we are technically riding a giant biological bird, the freebooters are like, let's take this giant creature and then strap mechanical bits onto it, and that's kind of their MO.
That is absolutely impressive, though. That is so good. That is so good. What does the green bulb doing? Does it heal you or does it charge you? Because you.
So yeah, so the green orbs you'll kind of see, and let's take a little photo for a second. It's quite a cool picture actually of some bubbles. Let's get a screenshot of the bubbles.
Oh, look at that! That is actually super good. It's like you chilling with my friends' bubbles. I see Mary there. I see Anthony. I see Mikhail, I see Elena, I see all of my friends in bubbles.
See all of your friends. Let's look at a little screenshot here. But so every now and then these balls will fall out of enemies, and they'll either be blue or red or green, and they basically act like lightning storms. They're like batteries from components of enemies. So you'll get, like, these green ones, for example, will charge our tanks. Let's quickly take that. We'll charge our tanks with acid ammo on the back. So if you kind of look on the back of our tanks right now, it's glowing green at the back where that one's charged up. So it's a useful kind of thing in the middle of a fight. There's not always a storm around, and if you get into a long, drawn-out fight and you find, maybe you've had 2 or 3 tanks get blown up on your way to a mission, and then you find yourself in a long fight and you don't really have a lot of ammo capacity, blowing off the sub-components on a big target, they might end up dropping a couple of batteries like that, and you'll be able to charge off them repeatedly, which makes life an awful lot easier in the middle of a fight.
That sounds amazing, to be honest.
And the acid ammo is my favorite. Like Chapter 2 is basically my favorite in the game. Purely because A, it's where the combat begins to really ramp up, but B, you're the majority of the time you're fighting freebooters, and all of their weapons basically use the acid ammo, which is my favorite. So I'm just always full of acid, and it makes me very happy, very, very happy indeed. That's all it takes.
Toxic.
Full
of acid.
Full on like. Early, or was it late 2000s Britney Spears, like that level toxic, Loopsy, hello.
Hello, Loopsy. Happy to see you. Thank you so much for joining. Our Falconeer shenanigans. Was it early 2000? Wasn't that a little?
Can anyone remember when Britney Spears released Toxic?
I'm just gonna look it up. I am just gonna look it up when.
Was it the 90s? I swear it was later than the 90s. 2011, I believe. Someone's just.
2000. Wow,
That's a lot later. Yeah, that's a lot later than I thought it was.
That is very, very, very recent. Oh, that is 2011. Stefan is like 2011. Yeah.
No, I refuse. Can we? No.
I don't know.
No, I'm not happy about that.
2011. I'm
not happy about that.
I felt like it was like early 2000s.
I thought it was.
It couldn't have been 2011. No, can we look? Can we look up again? I'm gonna double check again.
You're heading into wild.
Stefan, the same. Honestly, I would have 100% said 2002 or something. Like I 100% would have made that bet. If you'd have offered me $100 and said, "Did Toxic come out in 2011 or 2001?" I would have snapped your hand off and said 2001. Like without a doubt. So today I learned don't gamble with song releases because I'm apparently terrible at them.
No, okay, wait. I don't know. I think that was a lie. I think 2011 was a big lie because it says it's actually no. Let me put that. I think it should. I think it says like 2000. It's a song recorded for her fourth studio album, In the Zone, 2003. So
Right. Okay. Yeah. That maybe sounds like a re-release then.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay. You know what?
Okay,
settle down. We're good. The world makes sense again. Honestly, I was having a little bit of an existential crisis there for a moment. My brain just couldn't. I was like, no. I remember listening to Britney Spears' "Toxic" in college, and I wasn't in college in 2011. What the? Like it really messed me up.
I feel like everybody who are watching this right now, and if people are watching this on YouTube, I feel like everybody's just gonna go through this existential crisis with us together. Like,
God. God, could you imagine?
No, it's 2004. Okay, we're safe.
Okay, we're good. Thank you. Thank you. The world makes sense again.
I feel much better about it now.
Oh.
So what are we doing? What's our mission? I feel like you got a little bit of the carriage to yourself.
Yeah, I got a little carried away with Britney Spears there. So we are taking a little package full of some maps over to our allies. The idea is that the freebooters are causing a little bit too much trouble now. Way too much trouble to be left untended.
Okay.
And again, we mentioned that the freebooters, they're not like the other factions. They kind of kept themselves underground. They lived in secret, kind of away from the prying eyes of the Great Ursee. And when they saw all of this instability happening, when they saw that the Imperium and the Mancer were kind of coming to blows, and Giant Whale, hello. I'm going to say that every time we see a whale.
That was hi, Whale. How are you doing in Whale?
Is that...
I can't speak.
I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that.
I'm the Whale Whisperer, they call me, you know?
They call you the Whale Whisperer.
Whisperer.
What is Whale Whisperer in Whale?
Obviously.
I can't even land.
It's okay, guys.
It's okay.
You're doing okay. This is going exploded. This is very. I mean, what? I mean, it's. You never know when you might need this. You know, one particular skill of knowing how to talk to the whales. Just saying. You don't know enough about whales to question that.
Neither do I, Stefan. So honestly, I'm just gonna have to take this at face value. On like, we don't have anything else to go on.
No, that's fine. I think that was like my favorite. That was my favorite part of Finding Nemo that I watched when I was a kiddo. Is the moment where they just talk to whales.
They just talk to whales.
They'll just talk to whales, and I was just like, I need to become the whale whisperer. That's just going to be my thing.
I'm just going to very quickly try and adjust something because we've had a we've had a transition from daytime to nighttime lighting over the course of the
Okay.
stream, so I
Sounds
just
good,
need
sounds
to try and my head was dissolving, basically, which is never a good thing.
No, that is the thing with the green screens.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
screens
They're
are
fun. They're fun when they work, but when they don't, they're a nightmare. And
no. If you have green screens, and I'm just gonna let people know how green screens, like, they're great. They can allow you
Yeah.
to do whatever sort of magic you want to do in the content creation, right? Like, you can wear like a green sweater, like a turtleneck, and then make your body disappear and just be like a floating head. And
Yeah.
I feel like that would be a lot of fun. But you also have to have a very good light, and you actually have to have a very good sources of light everywhere, because you want to eliminate the shadow happening around you. Because if there is any sort of shadow on the green screen, it changes the color. So
you
the
need
color
your
correction-
top-down light, and then you need your catching light to eliminate.
Yeah.
And getting the balance between the two isn't the easiest. I mean, in the office, it's pretty easy. I've got in the office, in the wide office, it's amazing. I've not actually used it properly yet on a stream. We've used it for recording other bits, but it's a curtain, a giant curtain that's on a rail that goes around. So we just pull this curtain around and then bring in some box lights and light it all up evenly, and it's so much smoother. But obviously, pandemic be pandemic, we're streaming from home at the minute, so this is my home attempt at replicating, and it's kind of all right, but it's not the same. It's not the same.
No, it's not, but it's the best just kind of you can do. I think you're doing a very good job with that green screen, so everything is fine. So it's good. As a person who've had a green screen, and for the longest of time, I also had the window shining, and you transition from the daylight to the nighttime, and then you white balance and screwed. And my favorite story is... Oh, that was close. You good? You good?
Yep, we're good. We're good.
And everybody just kind of like getting you there. My favorite story about the green screen that I love telling my stream, and I'm also going to tell it here. Sometimes when you have like a teeth way too white, they start disappearing on the green screen if your settings don't look good. So you can't really check it, because when you check in your screen, you're not usually sitting in front of your camera just casually smiling and seeing how things go. But when you go live, and I think I've had it happen a couple of times, when you start smiling and then there's nothing.
Yeah, your teeth vanish. And your eyes as well, like eyes, the center of your eyes vanish, and you start looking like some kind of weird SCP reference monster, and it's a mood.
Yeah.
It's a mood.
It's a big mood, and I also have this tattoo which has some bluish / greenish parts on it as well. That was a nightmare, because my entire arm was just begun. Come on, Gary, I believe in you. You got it.
It's okay. It's okay.
You got it.
So annoyingly, my favorite color is actually green. And when I first started streaming and I got the green screen set up, I suddenly realized that like 80% of the shirts I owned were green, which brought its own list of challenges where it's like, oh well, I guess I need to buy a new wardrobe now of stuff that isn't going to turn invisible.
Just not wearing that, but you can have a lot of fun with this as well.
Oh yeah.
Another fun fact is, if you have blonde hair by any chance, whether you are, well, it doesn't really matter. A lot of people have blonde hair. They're gonna just blend with your green screen, and they're also gonna disappear. So a lot of people who have blonde hair, they're using blue screens instead, because it works so much better with it. Fun times of being a content creator. Just saying. Really great.
Can we have a Falcon fact? I feel like we haven't had a Falcon fact for a little bit. And I know you posted one, and I know you posted one at the beginning. Can you pull a Falcon fact for me? I'm feeling the itch. I feel the need, an almighty need for a Falcon fact right now.
Okay. Chicks of some species, such as peregrine falcon, they grow very fast. They double their birth weight after 6 days and increase it tenfold by the age of 3 weeks.
So wait, they literally get 10 times bigger in the space of like 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Yeah, 10 times bigger. It was like this tiny little blob of a bird, like a little cheek, and then it's just boom, it's just like takes your entire room entirely. Just, 91, Gary, look at you while I'm saying those.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
We're getting there. And the next fact talks about young birds reaching sexual maturity, but I feel like we're not going to talk about that. Nobody needs to know about this.
That's for the after hours stream. That's for the post watershed Whites.
Exactly. That's for the next one. That is for sure. That is going on for the next one.
So just to quickly catch story up, because we were talking an awful lot about green screens during that little bit there. So the previous mission was basically the freebooters live underground and are like they kind of hid themselves away, waiting for all of the people above to start kind of falling apart in the way that civilizations tend to do. And they figured that when that happened, they would show themselves and mix it up a little bit. We kind of are aware of this, so we just went round and spoke to a relative of one of these gentlemen who basically operates as a geologist and kind of had a lot of knowledge of things in the area. So we went and took payment to him and went, go and analyze everywhere. We basically need to try and find areas where we think geologically it makes sense for the rocks and the layout and everything that these kind of freebooters could be coming from and or stashing. And right now, as a result of those, a little bit of time passes, and we get notified that, you know what, we've potentially found a cave where they could be operating from. So we're now going to go and have a look at it.
Wait,
so that's where we're at.
Are we getting inside the cave?
I'm not going to say we're not, but I'm not going to say we are.
How difficult is it going to be to find the entrance to it?
That seems unrelated.
You'll see. You'll see.
We already have a battle group near the suspected entrance. You two rendezvous with them there.
So.
Alright, let's go. And you still have the fish. You're so good at keeping the fish. You're just so good at keeping
I just pretend it isn't there. You know like the Matrix when they're like, you can't try to bend a spoon. The truth is there is no spoon. With me, it's there is no fish. I don't try and keep the fish alive. I just completely ignore the fact the fish exists, and then it's just not a problem anymore. Just there is no fish.
Okay, that sounds really good. That sounds great. That sounds like something I should do because I concentrate on keeping the fish alive, and then I just
just don't acknowledge the fish. Just don't acknowledge the fish, and that's just good life advice in general, honestly.
That is very true. So, Gary.
Yep, hit me.
I've got something for you. So, yesterday,
hit me.
Right after we, finished the stream, you know how we've installed the bird feeder? I told you the story about the bird feeder.
Yes.
My balcony.
Yes.
So, and how we talked about the birds coming over. So, I go to the kitchen, and that's where the window is to the balcony with the bird feeder. And right there on my balcony, I saw a falcon eating avocado toast. I saw a falcon eating
Is this a joke? Is this a joke? I feel like there's a punchline.
I guess it was a millennial falcon.
Oh. Oh. You had me. Like I was so ready, like to just go all in on believing you there. I was so ready to just 100% go all in on you seeing a falcon and be very excited. I was like, did you take a picture? Did you get footage? Like please, come on. This is
Yeah, of course, because you have falcons in Russia, just chilling.
I don't know. You might do.
Yeah,
you might do.
That joke, says Rexy. Hi, Rexy. Super happy to see you. Mr. Griggs is also here. Yeah, sure. Just quiet as a mouse, or quiet as the falcon. In fact, but yeah, I was getting ready. I because that's something you did to me as well. That's something.
Oh,
you did to me.
I did
that story.
Yeah. I guess I deserve that one.
Because you did the flamingo story about when you put your foot down. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that was revenge. You earned that one.
I love. Yeah. That's great. I'm learning from the best, learning from the very best. That is awesome. Okay, so we're not in the cave yet. I totally forgot about it.
No. Well, we're meeting up with the forces that we're taking to the cave. So if they are enemies there, then they're going to line them up with us. Which, given the fact that we're not anywhere near that cave, and these guys have came out and kind of. They're not happy about us being here. It's a pretty good indication that we might be on the right path.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds really good. Hello, Rex, and everybody joining us here today. Me and Gary are doing the playthrough of the Falconeer. We're doing this every day this week.
Oh. Okay, I forgot about this.
You forgot about us doing the
No,
playthrough.
this.
What is this? That is
It's trouble, that's what it
insane.
is.
Look at this thing. Oh, that's like a giant snake. You know, it's like the never-ending story, but...
Oh, don't, that film makes me so sad.
I actually haven't watched it in a very long time.
I haven't actually. It really upset me as a child, though. That and Watership Down. They were like the two... They were the two films that really traumatized me as a kid.
I was traumatized by the Earth Before Times, I think.
Oh, Land Before Time.
Land Before Times.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
traumatized by...
What was it about the films from like our era childhood that were just like, hey, check out these great films for kids. By the way, death is real, mortality is everything. Like they went really hard on that, didn't they?
It's just, we talked about that because it's like these days, movies and cartoons for kids, they're kind, they teach you a lesson, but back in the day they would just scar you. They would just show you something.
Yeah.
And you
They were just like, here's this thing that you love. Watch us kill it.
Yeah, that was really bad. I see Jensen here as well too. Hello, you guys. Yeah, once again, now that the giant eel is gone back to the sea, me and Gary are doing the playthrough every day for the rest of the week, 5 p.m. GMT, and then we make the battles fight. That was good. That was good. That was a good battle. I think that was really, really, really well done. This game just keeps surprising me with all of the things that you get to see and fight. I think that's amazing.
Although,
this is really good.
You've never watched a Neverending Story. You are lucky. You've not had your heart broken yet.
I don't remember much because I last watched it as a little kid, but I feel like maybe I should rewatch it, but maybe no. Maybe no. Nearly replayed the same death sequence last time you killed one of those eels on stream. What happened?
So last time I managed to kill the eel at the same time as myself. We basically double KO'd it. We both hit each other at the same time and like died at the same time.
Oh, look at this! We're in the cave.
We're in the cave, but check out these. They're little crabs. They're little hermit crabs with big cannons on them. They are cute, but this one's got a mine about to land on it. Maybe if my aim was right, which it might be. So I wanted to find out. Oh yeah. That was true. That was true. Oops.
Uh-oh.
That was it. Yeah, the eel exploded, and I got caught in the explosion and died. It was a pulling defeat from the clutches of victory moment, where I was very happy to kill the giant eel, but also very sad. So I blew myself up.
Happens to the best of us.
And we weren't anywhere near as upgraded at that point too. This guy's a jerk. Oh my god. Look at Krabby McCrabface over here, just chilling in the corner in a way that's really hard to hit. Could you not, sir? Like, he's small enough, I think we should be able to pick him up. I feel like we should just be able to grab him by his silly little shell and drag him into the water.
We should. I'm also trying to see if the fish is still there. I think the fish is gone.
Oh my god, you're right.
Oh my god, the fish is gone. Oh
I
no.
didn't even notice.
Oh no.
I didn't even notice.
Oh no, it's okay. This crab got 1 HP. There we go. There we go. Oh, that's because we picked up the mine, and apparently... So apparently you can't have the mine and have the fish at the same time?
So, here we found a shrine, which... These are dotted around the game world in many different locations, and finding them gives you kind of a double benefit. Sometimes you'll be able to buy particular things and get new merchants to buy from, or unlock particular things from finding them, as you kind of go there, and it's like a soft requirement of you need to have visited here before this appears. in the stock, so you get that. But they also feature like little cool, more like cultural laws. Some of these shrines are kind of really, really just specifically, oh, by the way, here's just a fact about it. But some of them, the Ursee, the way that Thomas created it, is very much like any real kind of world location, in that it has its own traditions and beliefs and fairy tales and stories, like the things that you would be told as a child of these cool, like Little Red Riding Hood and so on and so forth, or even Aesop's Fables and stuff like that. There's an awful lot of that in this game. So you'll find these kind of relics and these shrines, and when you find them, you'll land, and it'll give you this kind of general cool fable story that, is potentially not true, but could also totally be true. It's just part of the lore that they're all taught. So that's what these are for.
This is cool. This is cool. Oh, and I'm missing.
All the while she longed for a home where she could be secure and raise a family. So he created.
And I think I found a bug.
One day, 3 children.
I think I found a bug because I think I paused it.
And Oberon set out to provide gifts.
Oh no.
And it froze the text, so that's one for Thomas. I found a bug. Yes.
The oldest son was shy and reclusive.
See, useful playthroughs in it's good. So there is the text going on because I can't hear the game. It's just the text that's frozen.
Artistic. Onto her, Oberon bestowed the power to shape fire and stone.
Let's see what happens if we land and go again.
Okay.
See if we can get that to go again. Pausing it while the text comes up. Pause the text and made it go real slow.
Temple of Creation.
There we go. Okay, I will leave this to run so people can read.
He found a wife and took her with him to create the universe. But all the while she longed for a home where she could be secure and raise a family. So he created a home for her. One day, 3 children were born, and Oberon set out to provide gifts for them. The youngest son was restless and wild, and for him, Oberon built a ship to explore the world. The oldest son was shy and reclusive, and Oberon gifted him a voice to speak with the creatures of the sea, so he may never be lonely. The daughter was gifted and artistic. Onto her, Oberon bestowed the power to shape fire and stone. Together they shaped the world, created the seas and the skies. Where the daughter shaped the land and seas, the eldest son invited creatures great and small to come dwell in their world. All the while, the youngest son sailed the world, learning all its secrets and stories.
So there's an awful lot of those that kind of just chill around in these kind of relics and shrines that you can explore and find. And that's some of my favorite things, honestly, is like hearing all of these kind of weird, almost fairy tales from an in-game world. Because those things are kind of fascinating in real life, too. Like, you hear those kind of strange stories from everywhere. I've lived in many countries around the world, and hearing all of the kind of weird cultural legends and backstories that they all have is always something that I love. Because it's always so fun and interesting to learn them. So having those in the game as well, it makes me smile.
There we go. We got it. 76. I'm just...
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Good. It's good. 76 is a very good one. It's very awesome. Shrines is amazing. Everything that's lore-wise, I think that's really good.
In general, lore is just... Like, the more lore in games, the better. I'm one of those guys that, like, and I know that you... I'm going to guess, based on your history, that you are very much the same. And it's actually one thing that I wish was in here, and I keep pestering Thomas for, is to basically have like an in-game codex, Mass Effect style, you know what I mean, where you can just pop it open and then just see all of the lore and the descriptions for literally everything, no matter how inconsequential, like here's the name of the man that crafted the ammo pots and the materials that it was made from and why, and like I eat that stuff up. I adore it so very much.
I think it's just good. Not many people are into the whole lore reading, but I know that many who would absolutely appreciate it because it gives you the insight about the universe and how things in the universe work, and that's what forms the universe, basically. Because I feel like Mass Effect did a very well job about it because they explain every single little detail, every species, just like you can find a chapter about everything, and the amount of detail that made people fall in love with it. So Thomas should definitely do something like that. People would love it. I know I would.
Okay, so we're doing two things now. First of all, I just spent all of our bubbles, Ivy. I spent all of our bubbles. Okay.
What did you buy?
I bought a chant, so it's an upgrade that doesn't mutate our bird, which is useful because we're already pretty mutated as it is. But we sat and we got ourselves an upgrade called Purify, which makes it so, you know, when we target the sub-components on big things, there's a chance that when we do that now and we shoot them, they explode, and they explode in a way that does big explosions and does even more damage.
Big booms.
So, big booms. So we lost all of our bubbles, but we may have gained big booms. I have to be very careful as I was saying that there. We are now taking on a mission where we're going to go and steal a ship from the Mancers, which is risky, to say the least.
Exciting though. Stealing the ship like true pirates that we are. Like true pirates that we are. This is going to be amazing.
The first task is to attract some
Well, we are literally using the pirates to stage it.
Clear it. The explosions should attract
Because nobody would be better for the job.
Exactly. We're going to go up, we're going to go blow up a minefield. Pirates are going to come over and say, hey, what's going on over here? And then we're going to go fly conveniently towards this ship. And they're going to go, oh, we're going to steal that. And then while they all get involved, we're going to steal it.
This rings a bell of something that we had happen last chapter as well.
It's almost like the pirates get pushed around and used and blamed for everything, but what's actually happening is all of the factions are completely blaming them for all of their skeevy business.
I feel bad for them
Almost.
Pirates! No!
That's okay, they're pirates, it's fine. They're used to it.
Just being pushed around like that. That's kind of... Aw, poor little pirates. Just... Oh, it's okay though.
They're okay, they're used to it. They've had it happen forever. It's nothing new to them.
This is yeah, great. Having the lore, and you've talked about the legends, right? That come from all sorts of different cultures. I'm trying to think. I'm actually going to tell you not the legend, but an urban myth. That's my favorite.
I was actually going to ask, well, were there any? Because I must admit, apart from Anastasia, who is the other half of the wide community, social team, and handles everything over in Russia for me, and she does an incredible job, and I'm so appreciative for her because I would have no idea where to even begin. Apart from her and yourselves, I don't know very many Russian people or much about Russia at all. So, all of those kind of myths and legends that are like a blank spot.
Well, we have a lot of folklore, obviously, like all of those stories that go back in the day. Something that every kid in Russia is threatened with is Baba Yaga. It's called. It's a lady that lives in the forest, and her house has chicken legs. She legit has...
Wait, what?
She legit has a house on the chicken legs. It's a true story. Like, the house has chicken legs and can, run around. And she rides on a broom, kind of like a witch, but kind of not really. And she eats kids for dinner. And mischievous kids, she gets them because they run away from their parents and they run into the forest. And she catches them and she lures them into her house, and then she... it's little children. So when you're a little kid, you hear a lot of stories about Baba Yaga and how she's just gonna steal you away.
Oh, gotcha. Baba Yaga, gotcha. Sorry, I completely got you. So is that where the whole John Wick thing came from?
Exactly, but it's because the stress falls on it differently in English. It's like Baba Yaga, but it's Baba Yaga. So, you know, that's where the whole John Wick thing kind of, you know, came from her. And we also have another character that is supposed
So wait, John Wick is named after a crazy lady that has a house that has chicken legs.
Yeah, she also eats kids for dinner. So she's...
Yeah, they left that part out of the movie.
Yeah, of course they did. But she is pretty powerful, and she does some sort of like weird magic and, you know, potions, and it's her specialty. So there are a lot of stories about her as well, because she can be evil, but she can also help you if you kind of fulfill her wishes. That sounds very wrong, but that's pretty much what it is. And we also have another guy who's called Cachet the Deathless. He's supposed to be her boyfriend, but it's not confirmed. We're not sure if that's canon or not. But he's a very, 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 very old guy who cannot die, because you legit cannot kill him, because he has hidden his soul in many different objects. So it's been said that he put his soul into a needle. He put the needle inside the golden egg. He put the golden egg inside the metal chest, and he put that chest to the bottom of the deep, 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 deep ocean. So in order to kill him, you need to find the chest, figure out how to open it, find the egg, figure out how to break the golden egg. It's very difficult to break. Get the needle, and then the moment you break the needle, that's how you kill him. So that's the thing, and he's a very dangerous guy in himself as well. So
that sounds like a lot of effort.
It sounds like a lot of effort, and we have a lot of fairy tales where there is obviously this simple guy, Ivan, or Ivan, as some would call him, that just got into trouble, and that the king, the Mad King, sends him to, you know, kill Cachet the Deathless and, you know, rescue the princess and whatnot. We actually have a lot of those. And a lot of folklore stories that are based about the forest creatures, sea creatures, so it's all sort of like magical creatures that live in the nature, because obviously back in the day people were very much connected with the nature, so that's all of those stories. That's where they originated from. So there we go. Now we know. Now you know some of it. It's obviously not just all of it, but definitely some of it.
I'm never gonna be able to look at Keanu Reeves the same again. Like I all I can imagine now is him literally having chicken legs.
I mean, fits with the whole birds theme, don't you think?
I mean, I think Keanu Reeves could rock some chicken legs.
I think the men can rock pretty much anything.
Yeah, so. I feel like Keanu Reeves just does what he wants at this point.
Give him chicken legs. And
just give him chicken legs. Jensen with the wombo combo of the emotes there. Well done, Jensen. That's top work. Top work.
That is amazing. This is really great. All right, mission complete. Right, we were successful at there.
Yep.
Beautiful combat there on your end. While I
was. It was all right. It was all right. We could have done a lot worse. So we basically set up an ambush. With some pirates on a Mancer ship, because we want to steal it. But, well, more specifically, we want to steal something from inside it. So we ran up, and we got the pirates involved, and they kind of blew up the ship a little bit, and then we swooped into the rescue and went, "Hey, be gone, pirates!" And they were like, "Wait, what? No, you," and we kind of shooed them away. But then we were like, "Oh, your ship's damaged. Tell you what, why don't we take you to our port, and we'll get you patched up, and we'll get you repaired." So the managers were like, "Oh, you guys are so nice. You guys are so nice. Thank you so much for... Oh, thank you. You saved us, and now you're helping us." And meanwhile, we're, like, stripping it down and taking what we need. But while that's occurring, we're going to go fight some more freebooters. Look in the crevice and Clefspire for a new edition. I was there before that mission. Indeed. Let's go have a look at that crevice. This is a weird sentence. God damn it.
But we could not have imagined they would attack a city full of innocent people. News is the attackers have claimed Fort Lost Flame.
Ooh.
That is our first target. Once those targets are gone, one of our Thunderstrikes will arrive to reclaim the city and garrison it with our forces.
I wish I could just take a Thunderstrike. They're so massive. Like, they're absolute chonk units.
Chunk units, I think, are my favorite because chunk
Yeah.
units are not very agile. They're just kind of chunky and strong and scary. But you actually get to do good. Dan says, "I leave for a few minutes and come back to. I'm going to Luke into the crevice. That's just
The
welcome to me again."
Crevasse. And much like Anarchy points out, you've got an eye for detail. Once we finish that mission, you can actually see the Mancer ship just kind of ditched down in the crevice here. Now that we've kind of taken it and are stripping it, it just kind of lives down here out of the sight of prying eyes.
Beautiful, super beautiful. Anarchy, well done on noticing all of the little details. That is the thing that I don't know if you experience it a lot, Gary. You probably do. When you stream the games, right? When you stream games, whether it's the games that you want to play, right, or what we're doing here right now. You sometimes when your attention is elsewhere, you have to kind of keep a conversation going. There is a chat going on. How many details do you normally miss?
Oh, so many. Absolutely so many. It's actually something that actually really worried me when I first started doing this job. Was, first of all, a lot of the games that I was running, socials and streaming for, were games that I'd not heard of before I joined the company. And as such, a lot of people already, the fans of the game already knew way more than I did at any given moment, which was quite an interesting thing to handle. Like, the first time I loaded up a game and I'm like, "Hi, I'm streaming this game and I'm the new guy and I'm here to do streaming and check me out." And I'd played the game like once. And I just look completely clueless as a representation of the company to demonstrate a game that I had no idea about. And, everyone that already was a fan was like, "What are you doing? Like, duh, you idiot. Like, this is so simple." But honestly, between that and the fact that you're never going to catch everything. You never are. There's always going to be something in the game where your mind is looking at chat or you're replying to someone like yourself. You're never going to catch everything. You will miss a detail. You will miss a moment. And thankfully, you get people like Anarchy there in the chat that kind of are able to pick up and be like, "By the way, did you spot this?" And it kind of just flips that little switch in your brain where you're like, "Oh yes, actually, yeah, totally forgot about that. Thank you. Like, check out this cool thing." I'm sure that with enough practice and with enough exposure, like if you do it often enough, that it's something that you would totally be able to do flawlessly. But I think at the same time, it's a really hard skill.
It's a hard skill, and it's also kind of like a group effort. This is what I like Twitch for, because I feel like when you're a live streaming platform, it kind of makes not just your experience, but it's a big collective experience for people who are watching as well. YouTube gives you a chance to pause the playthrough for a bit, go grab more snacks, refresh a little bit, and then come back, and then put it on, and you haven't missed anything, right? When you're on the live platform like this, you don't get to do this, but you also get to see things first and experience things first and give like little hints. And tell the streamer, "You've totally missed it. You blind person. Oh, how could you not see it?" I feel like that's what my chat does a lot. They're kind of like, "How could you not see it, Ivy? It's right there. How blind can you be? Duh. It's like right in front of you." It's just like, come on. But I think that's what I like. Also,
to be fair, I've been on both sides of that. First of all, floating Pierre, welcome. Good to see you, Pierre.
Vicky. Hello.
I've been on both sides of that. Like, I've been the streamer where, like, and there's always that thing, right? Like, you take audio delay on as well. Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. You take audio delay and stuff on, and you get people trying to, like, guide you to something that you've missed, like, 2 minutes ago. And they're like, "No, left. No, turn back. No, left. You're looking here." And you're like, "Please stop." Like, you're like, "You were doing me a heckin' stress." But I've also been the person doing that guiding where someone's like walking around in a circle being like, "I don't know how do we get out of this room?" And you're looking at the door right in front of them and you're like, "It's there, you idiot, it's right there. You've literally highlighted it 7 times. Click on it, click on it, click on it, click on it." Like, totally been on both sides of that.
Tell me this, right? So obviously you do watch a lot of, there comes the...
It's okay. We're tough, we can take it.
I'm just so happy that mine didn't go off the moment you hit land that.
Yeah, there was a moment.
Oh, that would have been nasty. It's okay, that would have been nasty. Mickey says, I remember watching Lena. Also, for those who watching, my name on Twitch is Commander Ivy, and many people refer to me as Ivy as well, but my real name is Lena, so don't be confused if somebody is calling me Ivy or Lena. Both is fine.
Yes.
Oh, delay? What happened there? Everything okay?
Yeah. The manta ray got caught on a balloon and like nailed itself into the ocean.
Nice.
Made my life easier.
Nice, that is exciting. And we have the giant eel again. Those creatures are beautiful, but kind of nasty at the same time.
Oh no!
No, it's okay. This is fine. I feel a little bit better about myself dying now.
Riding the creatures of the deep.
Oh
Our drowned brothers and sisters.
Okay,
that have
we'll be
embraced the sea.
okay.
I hear their calls.
It's gonna be
Their
alright.
anguish at being free of us.
You know,
In their caves, in their dark
I mean,
technologies.
happens to the best of us. At least you go out in style, Gary.
I
This is
mean-
something I can give you.
No.
You go out in style.
The lost and the free.
I'm gonna give this death a 10 out of 10 from the jury. I'm gonna applaud it as well. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Because I remember watching Lena play Stanley Parable, and the entire time I was like, oh my god, I hope she saw the Easter egg. Did she see it? And all that without Bex the game. And most of the time I miss a lot of things when I play games because my
Yeah.
attention is elsewhere.
I think it totally depends, right? There's like, I'm just gonna. Oh god, I'm very bright there. There's like, there's different levels of, and I don't think that there's a necessarily a better or a worse. Like, it's not like one's inherently better than the other, but like you get streamers that are. I am, and this is why I'm actually super glad that you're joining me on this playthrough. I'm super chat focused. Like when I say, hey, we're gonna play a game, I'll spend an hour playing that game and 3 hours paused talking about it with people. You know, like I am way more of a someone comes in and I want to know everything. Like I want to know what they ate for breakfast. I want to know what they've been up to. I want to know what song they listen to on the way home from work. I want to know what you know.
Quick
and
chat, answer all of those questions now.
That's
What do you eat for breakfast? What's your favorite song? Where do you work? What country do you come
no,
from?
no,
How
no,
old are you?
no. Now you're doxing them. Now you're doxing
What's
them.
the name of your pet? And then we're totally not going to try and steal your password information based on all of the information you provided us.
Hold up,
Definitely.
we got a new monument. But honestly, I'm way more chat focused in that way, and I think when you're like that, it can be very easy. Like there'll be points, like say for example here, where I'll mention something like, oh, we'll do this, and then I'll pause it, we'll stop and have a conversation. And then you'll unpause and you'll just completely forget about it and carry on past. And everyone's like, no, you forgot the thing! And I was like, but that was 10 minutes ago. And we talked about petting dogs in that time. So, like, the information of what we were doing in the game is completely gone and it's been replaced with the idea of petting dogs. So I'm sorry, but that's just where we are now. Whereas some people are a little more, you know, they're passive on the chat stuff. And that's totally fine too.
Monument of the Lord.
You know?
The order of the Mancer shall divine
got a
the
new
path of
shrine.
man, in tone of its purpose and winding ways, guard its direction backwards and forwards. They are the beacon that lights the way, never to travel its path. All knowledge of man, all devices born of their enlightenment, are the domain of those who divine the path. Those who rule with legitimacy shall serve the path, as the path serves them. Those who covet and diverge will be deemed freebooters and shall be banned from the path, to stay forevermore in darkness, consigned to the fathomless waters. So it is decreed for all ages, through all times, throughout this world and the next.
So that's a somewhat kind of ominous reading. That kind of gives a little bit of a hint into the kind of much bigger than the current stakes picture that is going on. You know, this very much points out that the Mancer are basically the complete and utter law of the path. How the Great Ursee is monitored, how it's maintained, and how everyone has to basically traverse it. if you hang on and you do a good thing, then they'll be cool with you. And if you don't, and you covet the path and you don't feel it, then you're going to be consigned to the underground, to the bottom of the ocean, to not ever be able to partake in any of this. But there's some interesting wording in there, not just in the way that it's written, but dimensions of times, backwards and forwards, and throughout this world and the next. It's the first real hint of the game's story kind of containing a little bit more than just the immediate actions and threat of what is going on. Cat Smith coming in, I am the law, which is like the worst Judge Dredd impression I think anyone has ever performed, but we stuck it. We stuck it. John Mayer.
He has just provided all of the information to us. Okay, good. Yeah, nice to know it. This is really great.
We take
all
those.
Right. So yeah, I have the question for you. So
hit me.
Because now that you've been working for Wired for quite a while, right? You do play the games, right? Maybe like early stages, and eventually you do play the games and get the lore and everything. And you also work with content creators, among other million things that you do for the company too, right? So sometimes you get the people, just playing the game on their own platform, or you provide the platform for them to play. How is like the urge of backseat gaming in those moments?
Oh, it's the worst. It is the absolute worst. Like the number of times, and I'll always kind of try and offer a little bit of not guidance. Like in general, even outside of work, I content create myself, and I know how annoying that backseating can kind of be. So I'll often try to leave that experience completely pure for them. But I'll keep an eye, and there'll be times, and I'm always watching across our things, because at the end of the day, you never know when. Sure, it might not be a Dr. Disrespect or anything like that, but there could be just a really cool random streamer that decided to stream one of your games, and you go and check them out, and you find out that they're absolutely adoring it, and there's some really cool clips in there, and having a great time, and you're like, cool, we should get in touch with these folks and work like that. So I'll always keep an eye for streamers doing that stuff in the background, but in general, I'll leave them to their own devices and just kind of be there as a hype thing. If it looks like they're struggling, I mean, Deliver Us the Moon was an example of that. You know yourself that there's a couple of moments in that game where you can very much overcomplicate things. There's a couple of puzzles in that game that are a lot more simple than they appear, and you get yourself kind of caught up, being like, no, I must need to go and find another one of these in order to put it here and open here, but there must be another area because I've done. And it's like, actually, if you just totally take out the one you've already put in, you can put it there and then go in and grab another one and come back, and then you've got two, and that's really simple. But it's something that you can massively overthink in the moment, and a number of people that I've seen get hung up on that for literally one poor streamer, God bless him. It was like 2.5, 3 hours in that one room alone, walking in circles, and I was kind of like, I should probably intervene. Because like it had gone past the you're going to get a good moment of satisfaction when you solve it. Like that moment had gone, and they were just frustrated. So like of course I'll kind of say, oh hey, have you thought about maybe this, or have you looked over there, and kind of try and guide them in a way that they'll maybe have the cogs turn and click themselves and still feel like they came to that moment of realization. But very rarely I will be like, no, you just do this. Like you kind of need to know the streamer and the kind of person they are to pull that off.
The publisher,
please stop. Please stop.
This is how you solve it. You're welcome. Thanks for playing our game.
Thanks for playing our game. But no, it is a delicate balance, to be fair, and I think it makes it a little easier being someone that does stream both. I guess we could call this what we're doing now professionally. And personally, like, I can kind of see both sides of it, where it's like, yeah, I've totally been that dude playing games. I will sit there and, like, guide someone after watching them for an hour of struggling and be like, God damn it, you idiot, just pull the switch and go through that door, and then you've saved yourself 2 hours. Like, I will totally do that and be like, God damn. And then the same evening go and jump into a new game I've never played before on my own channel and spend, careful, Fallen Dragon, and spend like 4 hours stuck on something completely oblivious while everyone in chat is losing their minds and screaming at me, and I'm like, oh, okay, how the turns have tabled. This is this is totally fine. Oh, look at him. The dragon is just giving us a little wave as it sinks to the bottom of the ocean.
Just little waving. Kind of
Well,
like,
I don't think we're going to get a good score for this one because we were so busy talking that I think all of our forces basically.
You didn't blow yourself up.
We didn't blow ourselves up, but I don't think we actually really laid a finger on the dragon that time. So I think we're going to get a pretty low score, but that's okay. Sometimes we need other people to share in the glory, and that's all right.
Exactly. No backseat gaming. I have a very strict rule about backseat gaming.
Yeah.
It's okay. We did good. Did really good.
Could have been better, but could have been way worse.
Could have been way worse. That's also true. I feel like this went really well.
Do we have anything new to buy? We could get. Ooh, okay.
What is that? What do you have your eyes on?
We're gonna put a couple of mutators on the bird, just to help us a little. So we've got some more health regen and a little bit more agility on there now. So that'll help us in that manner.
We've received word Fort Mundi is under siege by freebooters.
So now the freebooters are kind of stirring up a lot more trouble. The freebooters they are done hiding.
Grab a jet stream and get there without delay. Once there, assist the Thunderstrike and the local garrison in staving off the assault. Godspeed.
Okay, we can do this. Nice and simple, nice and easy.
That was very simple. Normally they would just like give you so many instructions, and this time
this one is literally, hey, the freebooters are kind of annoyed, and now they're attacking fortresses. Get out there and defend them. So we're literally just gonna dive in to this little jet stream. Come on, the sun's so hot. Come on, there we go. And one of the changes in the recent patch that went out yesterday, actually, they removed Thomas removed the length of time that the bird calls for when you're in a jet stream. Which is one of those interesting things. Beforehand, when you jumped into a jet stream, the Falcon would be continually going because it's literally diving into a jet stream and being like flung and in distress, which a big part of what Thomas wanted for the game was this feeling of like the birds are basically getting put through the ringer as much as you're getting them to do these things. But at the same time, he did kind of acknowledge, actually, what, it's not nice hearing that bird screaming over and over and over and over and over and over. So I'll kind of trim that down a little bit just to save people's ears.
So people would just feel so bad for the birdie because he already put it kind of through a lot, like the mutagen and everything, and then there's also this. So you kind of want to have a feeling that you're more like more like friends rather than the bird.
We're going on an adventure.
Rather than just bird being your like vehicle,
rather than just being expendable. Is the mind the new fish? I think the mind. You know what? I didn't mean to keep a hold of this. And I'm actually kind of worried about it because if someone shoots this mine, it's going to blow me up. So I'm really not doing us any favors carrying this.
No.
And we can't do any evasion while we're carrying it. So really, this is just a net detriment all round.
You were just living a risky life there. Just, living on the edge.
The edge, but I don't know. I'm kind of like having it here. It kind of looks like we're decorating, we're decorating a giant Christmas tree, and we're taking like a really cool bauble that lights up.
Yeah.
It's totally not what we're doing, but.
Truce is saying you're waiting for that. It's going to be great.
It's not going to happen. It's not.
That thing is going to get shot.
All right, we're gonna drop it. We're gonna drop it on this eel. We're going to drop it on him.
Hi, eel. They're so chunky.
They are the biggest chunks.
And they wobbly, chunky and wobbly. I can only imagine how much fun was it to like make those creatures and like see them, see them happen, and then like they're wobbling like that, cat in the
the shoulder
Bad
cat,
Guy.
yeah, the shack shoulder.
Yep. All the wobbly things. This is getting exciting. I'm trying to like keep the chat hyped, but when the action starts in it, I'm just glued to my screen
you can't stop watching.
I can't stop watching. I'm just glued to my screen here because there's just a lot going on, and it's really well done, and it's super beautiful as well.
Again, like chapter 2 is my favorite, just because it's when everything begins to really ramp up, and you start getting into like a lot of the bigger battles and the more varied ammo types come into play, and it's just a nice like ramp up after the introduction of the first chapter.
Yeah, first chapter, as you mentioned it before, you were kind of neutral, a little bit more chill.
Uh-oh.
A certain vibe of it. What is that? Oh, hello. What is this? Is this the giant craft that you were talking about earlier? Why are they oh my god. What is this thing even? What is this? What is going on? Why are people living on top of the crab?
Yeah. Let's just we'll take a very quick moment. But yeah, it is a literally has like
right now.
Literally has like city towns within it.
This is insane.
Yeah, it kind of kicks off a little.
It is insane. It's just so crazy what's going on there. Giant crab with people living on top of that thing.
Crab people. Ow. No. That hurt.
That hurts.
That was the reason I stocked up on the mutagen upgrades before this particular fight. I was like, we're just gonna buy a few regen. We're gonna buy a few regen upgrades for this. There's treasure.
Bubbles! More
okay.
of them. When you had that interview with the composer for the Falconeer, and you were talking about how you can like hear different kind of music when you're flying on top of like the certain areas in game, and you guys missed it. I'm just repeating that there for you. And Gary goes on, and he just explains it's like, yeah, it's just like there is some sort of a bubble happening over there, and I'm just staying in chat watching. I'm like, has anyone said bubble there? Because we're all up for it. Oh,
get out of the way, Krabby.
This Krabby is just there getting all the action.
Okay, Krabby ain't messing around, but it's okay. There we go.
It's amazing, though.
We'll just send him back down.
Bye, Krabby. Nice meeting you. You're glorious. I think that's because I'm not fighting it. So. That is beautiful. Wow.
He's just vibing. He just popped up just to let us know that he existed.
Yeah, it is myself, Kiwi. Hi, and welcome into the Falconeer playthrough. I hope you didn't miss a giant crab that just
giant crab, just vibing, vibe crab,
just vibing in the water,
just vibing in the water.
Then doing the things that crabs do, you know.
Give me your best crab impression. Yeah, give me. Just gonna.
You know the way the crabs wipe. That is gonna be great. This is awesome. Crab vibes. Now I saw no crab, but now I see two on the screen.
Exactly.
Amazing.
Double crab.
What a harrowing thought.
It's a double crab action.
You normally got to pay extra.
Free to attack our holdings with impunity. Whatever these freebooters want.
That was beautiful. Look at the lights behind us.
Yeah, the Classify is lovely, especially in the evening. Like all of their lights are kind of like super contrasting greeny yellow. It's real nice.
Further analysis of the map.
Okay. So now we've discovered that they've got a giant crab, which is just a weird sentence to say out of context. But they've got a giant crab and they are not afraid to use it. We need to go and quickly root them out of these caves quickly.
Of another cave
Oh.
we are sending you to scout it out and report back. Let's find these freebooters.
Hopefully, we'll have a little bit more success than last time.
It's past Easterhenge and beyond Dunkel.
We got it.
Ugh. And it's back near Dunkel area from Chapter 1, so we are gonna get harassed by pirates.
You are on your own. You are fast and hopefully
Oh,
unexpected.
God, it's way out on the
Good
east.
luck.
Okay. We can do this, though.
I hate how they say that you're on your own.
Yeah.
They're like, sorry, not sorry. It's
How-
just something that you have to do now.
How are you doing, Kiwi? Thank you very much for joining us. How has your Wednesday been treating you? We're just gonna fly ahead up on here, just on the interest of time.
Time is precious. That is awesome. Wednesday was alright. We have a saying in Russia, I'm not sure if it's universal, I think that Wednesday is a little Friday.
I can see that. Yeah, I've never heard that, but I can totally see that sentiment. Like, oh, ow, 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 ow.
Oh no. So sometimes when you see some people, getting themselves a drink on a Wednesday night, people say that
It's like a miniature
Wednesday-
weekend.
Yeah, Wednesday's a little Friday. That's what some people say. But yeah.
Can you not?
You saw a huge pile of leaves you were scared to jump into. Did you do it though?
Ooh, jumping into leaves is like the best part of autumn. It's why I think autumn is my favorite season.
I've always been a bit
Woo!
cautious about jumping into the huge pile of leaves because you never know what's hiding on the inside of that thing.
More leaves!
More leaves then. Yeah. You're gonna use it as an excuse to drink on Wednesdays. It's a legit saying. I don't know, maybe that's because people in Russia trying to make up all sorts of excuses to drink on every single day of the week. How Monday is Friday's cousin, and
Monday is
Tuesday-
Friday's cousin.
something like that to give you an excuse to just have a drink. It's Tuesday a little Wednesday, and Tuesday is Saturday's second uncle, so it's okay to kind of do that thing. But yeah, Wednesday's.
I like your
Friday has
justification.
been
I'm 100% on board with your justification for drinking on a Monday. Not that I would. Not on a school night.
No, to the school night. Autumn is the best this season, too, and this game gives you autumn vibes. This game is beautiful. It just gives me all sort of like chill vibes. It's really
Kiwi,
well done.
we can have any vibes you want, Kiwi. We can literally control time to make it whatever vibe you want for any moment. Not right now, because I'm in a fight. I mean, I could do it in the middle of the fight, but it would be kind of productive. But we'll get some autumnal vibes for you. We'll get some golden autumnal vibes on the go for you.
Kiwi's asking if we in Russia, sure, we don't have a drinking problem. No, absolutely not. It's when it's cold here in the winter, there's kind of very few ways to warm up, and that is a thing. That is the thing. We have a lot of different sort of drinking traditions connected with how you drink and what things you say and how you conduct things, but if I start talking about it, I won't be able to stop till Friday. Because we have a lot. Just saying. Because we have a lot. Just saying. But yeah, man, those eels are just so excited. I'm not sure what I'm more excited about, giant crabs or those eels. It's just really great. And it's also a fight in the middle of the night. That is just...
Excuse me, insect. Go away.
Those insects, they still kind of give me a PTSD.
Yeah, I was about to say.
From yesterday.
I
every
felt
time
so bad when during the interview Benedict said he did the voices of the characters for these guys for their, and I was like, all I could hear was you yesterday being like, stop taunting me, and I was like, oh no, like that was Benedict, not intentionally, but it totally was.
Not intentionally, but it was
Ooh.
That was nasty.
Yeah,
that was nasty.
that-
Now you're doing the thing that you were doing, that I was doing to you yesterday, when there was like a slight delay on the stream, and then you give some sort of reactions of like being hit, and I'm like, oh no, something's coming. Like it's a little bit of a spoiler, and then we're gonna have to see what's going on. Those eels though, do they kind of shoot some sort of like waves at you?
Yeah, so it's kind of like a wave beam, like a more of a horizontal thing than a vertical thing, but it does a lot of damage. They're slow firing, but they're supported by a group of other turrets along their top, and it's... Yeah, they are nasty. I wonder if we can see cover down in the cave while we wait. The only problem is I don't know what's already down here.
Could be crabs. Also, you're so good at finding the entrance to the cave. I can totally see myself just being 100% clueless about, like, for, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes about what I have to do and where I have to fly. Would be awesome if you could pick those crabs up as well.
It would be. It would be.
Ramus is asking if they can play with a friend. I don't think Falconeer supports co-op not yet.
No, not yet. It is something Thomas has... Oh god, we are getting pummeled. It is something that has been asked quite a lot. People immediately were like, wow, this game looks really fun, and it would be great if I could jump in with a friend and fly around and explore and shoot stuff. And Thomas 100% agrees, but Thomas is also, you know, one man that has made this entire game, and it's on the list of things you would love to do and might get a chance to look at in the future. But at the moment, it's only on the single player side. Although it would be super dope.
This is something to look forward to, and this is always something I keep telling to my community whenever I'm playing the game that we like in the game, that, you know, you have all sorts of ideas about what kind of mode you would want to expect from the game. Sometimes I keep telling people, when you make a game, you're limited by, well, time, obviously.
Yeah.
You don't want to spend ages making just one game, because you kind of want to see it release.
No worries, Remus.
And you're also limited by the manpower and obviously money as well. And I also always keep saying that if you love the game and if you want to love to see something happen, leave some feedback, but also support the game as well too. Support goes a long way. And by supporting something, you might ensure that something happens. Come on, that's the crab again, just kind of like hiding there as well. Thomas seems like a talented man. I cannot imagine myself. I cannot imagine myself putting together a simplest games out there, and there is a man there that made this happen.
Okay, let's go for a quick game theory then. Like, this goes both for you, Lena, and the folks in the chat. If you could make, if you could, say I turned round right now, and I went, hey, tell you what, we're going to give you some money, we're going to give you a budget and time, and we're going to let you make a game, and we're going to... Oh, wait, where's the second one? These things always come in pairs. You notice this? You ever notice this? These buy the followers accounts that have started popping up, they always come in pairs.
There's always two of them.
There's always two. It's like the first one catches you off guard, and then the second one follows up with a punch. But if I was to turn around and be like, okay, cool, I'm going to give you time, I'm going to give you money and resources. You're allowed to make a game. What game would you make? What kind of game would you like to make?
What kind of game would I like to make? I definitely would make a game about the realities of Russia, but it wouldn't be anything crazy space related and whatnot. It would be just like the reality of a life of a middle-aged man and the struggles that he goes to by living in this country. It would be a roguelike game. It would be a roguelike game, very, you know, the replayability value where your choices matter and define how your game ends. And I would totally have to go with the hardships, and you would have to maintain different relationships, and there would be a crazy resource management in that game. Pretty much.
I'm gonna have to stop just because I have to ask, and I'm 90% sure that you will have, because like it would be a crime if you hadn't. But I'm guessing you've played this War of Mine.
I have played this War of Mine, but it's going to be a little bit different concept, you know.
I was about to say, like tonally, that was like very much.
It would be a little bit less grim, because this War of Mine is just grim, you know.
It's super grim.
Crazy. It's super grim. This would have definitely more comedy to it, because this man's enemy, his main enemy / boss fight, is going to be his wife. You know, pretty much how the story begins. He's at home because he just like very recently lost his job, right? And he has kids to feed, and he also has the cat that he has to take care of. And there's a very, very angry wife out there who is going for a job, and then she gives you a task before she's gone, you know, for a job. And it's something that's like extremely impossible to do, right? Because like you have no money, and you have somebody to take care of the kids, and then somebody to take care of the cat, and then you have only 24 hours, because that's her shift. you would have 24 hours to ask your friends for help, or that local store sales lady, that you've maybe been flirting on the side with.
He would never. He would never.
Oh yes, but that's
No, he would never.
That would be for you to decide if you would or you would not. And obviously, you would have to have only 24 hours to solve this issue and to solve the task. You okay? You okay out there? That was.
We've lost all of our ammunition tanks bar one. We've got like literally no munitions left. They've all been blown up.
Oh no!
And the last one was overheating because the storm has passed over in the middle of the fight, so we couldn't.
Oh no!
It's okay. We got it though.
Okay. Good. Little wobbly heel. Little wobbly one. Wibbly wobbly.
Wibbly wobbly, or little wibbly wobbly.
But yeah, so that's my idea. So it's kind of like a trivial thing, right? Something that you have to deal with every day, but it's the realities of Russia and how difficult it is to, make it happen in this country. And, you turn those simple tasks into your enemy. And that's my idea that I've had for ages, that I believe one day I might do, just for the fun of it. Kiwi says that he'd make an open world because you love designing maps and buildings, and he thinks it would be a huge zombie open world with a story and missions similar to GTA.
Nice.
That sounds kind of good. Just going into the water, reload weapons.
Not so much, Kiwi. So, if I just quickly jump into the photos here. You'll notice that these little tanks that are on the back of the bird. Oh, well, actually, there's one tank, a singular tank. There should be six. But the others have got blown up on this mission. And they contain basically your ammunition. And that gets recharged by flying into thunderstorms that charge it up. But if your tank is full and you fly into thunderstorms and it tries to charge it, it'll overheat and it will explode. And that will not only hurt, but you'll lose that tank, so then you can't fire from it anymore. So diving into the water cools off tanks when they're overheating from overcharging. So that was me basically trying to protect the one ammunition tank we have left by diving into the water to try to cool it off. Because not only did we lose all of our tanks, we then ended up fighting a dragon in a lightning storm, which that's a lot of bad luck to have all at once, but... I mean,
so you handled it perfectly well.
We did good there.
It was really good. It was amazing. There's like all sorts of those little details to the game, and I really do love it. It's when part of your bird and the character that you're playing as kind of technically becomes the UI, when you have to take all of those clues in a little bit, when you don't have the ammunition UI on the screen. I really love it. Very subtle.
I mean, yeah, and you can pull those away at any time too, which is just beautiful for recording. Fun fact, so all of the trailers and all that for the game were all made just by doing this, and literally just doing this and then recording as it was flying around, which was super fun, but also really, really hard, because we were trying to get like cool looking combat shots when you don't have a crosshair, and it's like, I can't see where I'm shooting, help. It was fun. But let's just have a little look. Says Kiwi's going, yo. Kiwi's like, yo, I like those autumn vibes. So let's get some autumn vibes on. Because autumn vibes are always the nicest vibes. Let's roll out of that.
Amazing. And then Broken Vegetable is here saying,
Broken, who is a fantastic, I've got to say, the majority of the screenshots that you see me using for the Falconeer on Twitter are now taken by Broken, who went into the beta and took just 18,000 screenshots of everything in the world using their digital photography talents, and yeah, just insane.
Oh, nice! That is amazing. And we've just recently been talking about how I adore people who can take like really beautiful screenshots.
Oh yeah, Broken has it in spades. But then check this out, Keith. So we can literally not only just detach the camera and fly around like anywhere at any time, but we can totally control the passage of time and just like make sure that we get the exact right color and lighting for what we are wanting at that time. So maybe we just want to come over here briefly and just catch these smokestacks. This is kind of come up a little bit. Actually, I kind of want a reflection on the water, so let's zoom out a little. We saw that nice and golden, though.
I mean, it looks really beautiful.
Ideally, we'd kind of want... You know what, let's position ourselves a little... Let's position ourselves through here.
Tuesday Prime says, ideal game to make for me would be a procedurally generated dungeon crawler ARPG using a stamina management system similar to Dark Souls. Sounds like it's going to be super challenging, but many people are into that. That sounds like a great idea.
I'd be into that.
Like a great idea.
I'd be down for that, Tooch. I'd be 100% down for that.
Look at you, 99 score, and people told me that it's impossible to do. People told me that it's impossible to do 100. Look at that.
So close. So close.
Amazing. Well done. Well done. Yeah, that is the thing, Kiwi, that I'm doing whenever I'm playing a game, and I save screenshots, and then screenshots become my desktop backgrounds of all of the beautiful games that I've played that are randomly being placed in my background.
Like a good old montage. The best montage.
Information on the origins of the freebooters in their archives. Both of you are heading to Shard immediately.
We're on our way to the Shard. They seem to have figured out exactly where the freebooter problem is originating from.
The brave sibling of Nod is an ancient town.
Ooh, what do we got? Have we got a friend?
This insight has triggered a revelation. One we will be privy
Maybe.
to.
We have got a friend.
You got a friend? We still got this fish.
When did you manage to get the fish?
I picked it up while we were fighting the freebooter Skyworm. I picked it up just in case. Just in case.
I was like, oh, look at the fish. Broken Vegetable says the time control is the key to beauty of this game in photo mode. You have so many shots of the same shot, just different times. That is good. That is great. People who take their time and create beautiful screenshots of games and then provide them both in a horizontal rotation and vertical one, so that you can use them for your
you like those phone those phone backgrounds too.
Yeah, I love the phone backgrounds. Like I use so many, and those people who provide them and basically put them on put like a folder on Twitter, a link for the folder, and say you guys are free to use those. I've made them for you. Those people are my personal heroes, and I appreciate them because those beautiful screenshots. Anarchy says that, Gary, you did not buy more ammo pods before starting.
I didn't remember, no. I got distracted by the pictures. Okay. It's okay, we're doing it on hard mode.
Our house was a key part of the creation.
No, we're doing it on hard mode, that's what we're doing.
This is a thing, and Remy says, so beautiful. Beautiful indeed, Remy. This is definitely a beautiful game. Through and through. 100%.
It is from the wall of hidden tears, carved onto an ancient device.
Oh, I can't believe I've got to buy more ammo.
Can we not buy the ammo here?
Or a weapon of some sort?
Maybe. We do have access to the floating emporium as well, to be fair, so we could go up there. We'll need to see exactly how many splinters we have.
Sacrifice this device, carry it to Cleftspire, and prepare it to safeguard the Imperium from this resurfaced ancient threat. Let us set off with it immediately.
Off we go! Hopefully we should be okay.
No, we have just one? Okay, maybe we can.
Hold on. Where is... Oh, God.
Local leg.
Okay, so the Emporium's just north of us. We have enough splinters, we could probably buy some pots. I can't remember if Emporium has pots in this chapter. We'll find out. We'll find out together.
I hope so. I hope that we have. Otherwise it's going to be kind of tough.
It's going to be a little tricky.
I wish the bundles of wood in the harbour of the wood mill you could turn in for splinters.
That would be nice, actually.
Kiwi says that looked like a big map. Gary, how big would you say the map is?
If I remember correctly, if you were flying in real time from one end to the other, it takes about 15-20 minutes. Depending on the speed of your bird, of course. Like if you get a really fast bird and you upgrade the heck out of it, then it's going to be traveling faster. If you use charge points and boosts to travel, then obviously you'll get there a little bit quicker. Ooh.
Something fancy we see.
Okay, so we've got access to some pretty shiny new weaponry now, including, you know, that big blue beam that was being shot at us? We can buy that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Do
got
we have
some...
enough bubbles for that, though?
We don't. And unfortunately, we're going to need to actually spend money on annoyingly, on weapon and on ammunition. But one thing I did notice is we can buy a thing here. We can buy another charm, which I'm actually going to buy because I think it'll make it very useful both for now and for you tomorrow. Is we gain a health boost every time we kill someone in the air.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that sounds good.
Oh, we need to discover the Shrine of the Falcon first. Okay. We need to find that first. Which is... Where's the Shrine of Falcon? Forget where that one is. Have we unlocked it on the map yet? Let's have a look.
Only
Shrine of the Falcon. Down in the wilds. There's one there. The Shrine of the Sark is a Shrine of the Rock.
Aniki says it should be near Port Reme in south.
That's right. It's way down in the south. Okay, we'll definitely need to pick that up though. We'll need to remember that is there. And next time we make our way down south, we won't probably spend a lot of time in the south there in a minute because we is totally not on good terms with the Mancer and they will be mad with us. But we've got the ability to buy that now, and we should as soon as we can.
Awesome. That sounds good. Broken Vegetables says it looks a lot bigger than it seems. There is so much in this game that is hidden and worth exploring. Love the lore. That is what people have been saying, that you should just totally, explore and, fly around and see things and get things done. I'm excited though.
So when it says fly home, Kiwi, it basically returns you to the last perch that you landed at. Not like a specific nest or a home, although Thomas has repeatedly said that one of the cool things he'd like to add would be like a player home base kind of thing, like somewhere that you spent time off the bird itself and that you could spend time in and upgrade and store things from missions and so on and so forth. Was on his wish list of things that he would like to do at some point.
And maybe pet the bird. Imagine how cool that would be. Like you upgrade stuff, and then and there's your bird sitting there, and you can pet your bird. Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, it's super strange, and there's the quite a lot that you see in quite a few of the reviews. A lot of people have said wow, not only is the game itself whatever their opinion of the game is, but they get super excited about the potential. It's what they're like. There's such a cool base here that the fact that one man has done this. When you think about what could be done going further forward, as far as how this world could be built up and things could be put in, that gets a lot of people very excited. And listening to Thomas describe what he would like to do with the game, it doesn't even sound like the same game anymore at a certain extent. When you're hearing him say VR would be cool and multiplayer would be cool and having a home base would be cool and doing this would be cool, and it's like that would be crazy. That would be awesome.
Look at all of those giant dragons, though. That is so cool. Also, the enemy lady that was talking to us, I think she was wearing a diving suit. That was also pretty cool. They're all wearing those diving suits.
Yeah, these are the Mancer. These are the.
They're all wearing those diving suits. That is just impressive. They were just kind of going for it. And going for it. Has Thomas considered adding?
Honestly, yes. Honestly, yes.
You're not even kidding right now, really.
Honestly, yes. There was a lot of. So obviously, this came out over the Xbox launch day, for the recently released Series X, and obviously a lot of people were getting those, you know, oh, we got the console, let's see all the games that are available for it type videos. And there was quite a few people that downloaded this, played it, and went, is there a poop button? Can I make the bird poop? Like weirdly, it was just a thing that a lot of people asked, like, straight away. So
this is something I would normally expect from the immature person like myself, but I have
apparently people are super on board with making the bird poop, which, I mean, I hadn't thought of it until people started asking about it.
Until Kira mentioned that in chat, I would have never thought about it. Okay, this is the. I guess we are boomers, Gary. I guess we just officially passed the line. There's no going back.
Okay, boomer.
You realize that? There's no going back. Once you're a boomer, that's it.
That's it.
Just stays with you. I mean, we remember Toxic that was released, and we've learned today. 2004.
Oh God, don't even. That feels like it was hours ago that question was asked, but the emotion. So just for those that aren't aware, early on we were talking about the toxic ammunition, and I made a Britney Spears Toxic reference, and then we were trying to figure out when it was released, and Google initially said it came out in 2011, which we were adamant that could not be the case, right? Like we were 100% like, no, that can't be true, but everything said it came out in 2011, and then we had a bit of a crisis because we suddenly realized that time didn't make sense anymore if that was true. And then it got corrected, and it turned out that was like a re-release or something. But
if you look up Britney Spears Toxic release date, it's gonna give you 2011 in big bold letters. It's just gonna say 2011 to you, and it's gonna ruin your entire world. And
just forever.
The relic brought to us from Shard is
like
right.
And we intend
I believe everyone. Oh God, is this a long one or a short one? I think this is somewhat of a long one. Okay. We're going to wrap that up there because we have reached the end of our allocated time. Time. Which means you, tomorrow, get to start with the Hidden Tears mission. But we do have a level 9 bird, which is super powerful now. And we've got some pretty good upgrades. So even though there is potential for it to be a pretty tricky mission, and it is right at the end of chapter 2. So, you know, we basically have, like, I think one more mission after this in chapter 2. So it's going to be a little bit tricky. I believe in you.
It's okay.
I believe in you, and I think you've got this.
It's fine.
I think you've got this. Aniki, no, she doesn't. Shush.
I said nothing. La 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 la
la la la la la la la la. I can't hear you. No, but thank you all so much for hanging out. It has been an incredible 5 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. It's been a long time.
So many things today.
Can we get some more crab action going? I feel people were very much on board with the crabs. I feel like the crabs were kind of where it was at. But thank you all so much for hanging out. It's been dope. Loved every minute of it. Thank you very much for hanging out during the Benedict interview stream. If you missed it, please keep an eye out. We will be putting not only all of these, which the first episode of this, our playthrough, is now up on YouTube. It went up during about an hour ago, I think. I threw that online. I had it set to go out and everything. So if you have missed this playthrough, please go and double check on YouTube. You can catch the very first episode up there. The second episode will be going out tomorrow. And then the third episode, which is this one, the day after, and so on and so forth. Please look after yourselves. Have an amazing rest of your Wednesday. We will be live at 5 p.m. GMT, 9 a.m. PST, midday EST, whichever. What did I say on the tweet? Hold up, I need to have a look. I'm so bad with time zones.
Just write them on the palm.
I'm so bad with time zones. Okay, so 5 p.m. GMT, 9 a.m. PST, midday EST will be where you can find us tomorrow and on Friday. 2 more streams. I reckon we'll get it in. We've got 2 chapters to do. So I think we're on good course. I think we can knock these out the park. If you have not already, please, I say this every time we stream with her, but she is an amazing human being, a very good streamer in herself. Please go and check out Commander Ivy on Twitch if you are not already. You will enjoy your time. Guaranteed.
Thank you.
Top to bottom.
Thank
To
you.
bottom, you will enjoy the show. Go check them out. When they are not here, you can find them there. Thank you, everyone that came in. It's been a pleasure. I'm going to go, and it's your turn to wave now, Ivy.
It's my turn to wave
It's
now.
your-
Okay, I'm
It's
waving
your,
now.
it's your
Thank
turn.
you
It's
guys
your
for
turn to
hanging
wave
out.
now. I am going to awkwardly remove all of the stuff in the background here, just for a bit. So I'm going to remove my camera.
I'm just doing the crab race while
you
we're
on,
like
it's just
doing
you on the crab.
goodbyes.
It's just you on the crab.
It's just me and my crab raid going on.